Well, hello there, guys. If you're anything like me, you're extremely excited to see the beta of Field of Glory 2 finally here. Now, this is a beta, so there's a lot to be added to the game. We're just going to do a quick run-through of what the game has to offer here in this first look video. Guys, we've got multiplayer, which is absolutely excellent. We've also got a campaign mode, which is quite fascinating, and some battles. The battle mode is really cool. We could just do a quick battle. Let's say you don't want to set up a battle and don't want to take the time to kind of do that. You could just jump into a quick battle and get random odds. We could go for epic battles. Now, these epic battles are truly epic. These are real battles that took place in the ancient period, of course. I believe the game spans from 280 BC to about 30 BC. So we've got a lot of different battles here, as you can see. Carthage, Rome, etc. And these are, of course, the historical battles. Now, if we go to the custom battles page, we've got some even cooler stuff. I'm going to go ahead and actually back out here from the epic battles, go back to the the custom battles, and we're going to take a look here at just how many different races, cultures, etc. we can play as. It's absolutely amazing. So, of course, you could always just take potluck, which essentially means you get a randomized army, but you could also go here and take a look at the massive amount of different forces we could control. Now, I must say I'm a little disappointed, only because I was hoping for some Lusitanians here. There's that Portuguese pride, but we don't have Lusitanians. We're going to have to settle for Spanish. And look at this, we've even got slave revolt forces. We've also got Umbrians. These are actually Italians. Thracians, of course, Seleucids, and you can see we've also got different army lists. Once we select the army, we select the map type, and there are numerous different map types where you can fight with just about any kind of army you want. You can make your force size very large or very small, and once you actually get into battle, you get to set your forces up on the field. Now, today we're going to play an epic battle. We're going to start an epic battle at the very least, so you guys get an idea of how things work, and I definitely want you guys to let me know in the comments down below if you want to see the rest of this epic battle in the next episode. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new, comment, and of course hit that like button, my friends. Let's jump into the epic battles and see what we have to choose from. Okay, guys, so I've already done the Battle of Bagradas. We've also got Trebia. And following their defeat in the First Punic War, the Carthaginians sought new scope to expand their empire. And under the first Hamilcar Barca, father of the great Hannibal, and then Hasdrubal the Fair, conquered most of southern Spain. In this particular battle, the historical victor is Carthage. In an amazing feat of leadership, he crossed the Alps, and this is also about Hannibal, so you're going to get a lot of awesome historical feedback. The Battle of Chaeronea we also played, and the Battle of Bibracte would be an incredible battle to play. This is, of course, when Caesar was taking on the Helvetii tribes, the Gallic tribes, Gallic, and he essentially defeated them. And I think this is the battle we're going to take. It's going to be the Battle of Bibracte under Julius Caesar. So the Aedui, Ambati, and Allobroges are going to be fighting us, and hopefully we're going to be able to hold them back, guys, and get a victory here. Okay, guys, so obviously we have to try to rout the enemy. For any of you that have played Sengoku Jidai, of course, Pike and Shot, these kind of games, you already know what the rules are, and the rules are right here. The enemy we have to rout more than 40% of their troops, or rout 60% of their troops. Now, in this glorious fight, we are playing as Caesar, as the forces of Rome. And of course, across from us, the Gallic hordes. Look at them. Vicious, bloodthirsty, desperate for some Roman blood, and we're going to try to make sure that doesn't happen. So guys, the first thing that I really love about this game is the ability to move all at once. In Pike and Shot and Sengoku Jidai, this was not possible. You have to move each unit individually. And while you can still do that in this game, it really is quite enjoyable to see that whole Roman line moving forward and in formation to try and take on the mighty Gauls. As for our cavalry, I'm going to go ahead and just move these guys one by one, and I'm not sure if you guys caught that, but if I take a look at this cavalry, this is Lucius Aemilius. So this is our sub-general under Caesar. And he, of course, is quite important. In this game, if you lose a general, you're going to lose a tremendous amount of morale and possibly lead to a defeat. One thing is for sure, unfortunately, if you get a general knocked off or killed, all of the units around him that are of your forces have to do a morale check to make sure they can stay in battle. And it looks like in this battle, our main general is Titus Labienus. We don't have Caesar on the field right now, as far as I can tell, although I could be wrong. In fact, I think I am. There is Julius Caesar with the legions. All right, guys. Well, we're going to keep on moving forward. And with the light javelin horse, I'll go ahead, move both of these units up. We're going to end the turn and turn it over to the Gallic hordes. Let's hope we can stop them and bring glory to Rome. Wow, so far, guys, we're getting closer and closer to those Gauls. We can actually see that they've got some Gallic archers quite close. So I'm actually going to get up close and personal with my light javelin horse. I'm going to throw some javelins at these guys. And already 34 casualties. Now, that could be dead or wounded. We don't really know yet, but that's not bad. As for the rest of my army, I might move forward with my troops, yes. But in terms of moving forward with my cavalry, I think that would actually be quite a mistake. So let's go ahead. We're going to get some of these troops forward. We're going to get this cavalry over here, but we're going to remain in place. And we're going to go ahead and let's go. Move forward, men. You can see the legions, just like the real Roman legions, moving in formation there to try and get the best offense. We're also going to get these archers, as well as a few other units, some javelin units, to move up a little bit. But once again, I'm going to let the Gauls come to us. Now, if you see the light javelin men, one thing we have to keep in mind about them is they have to be one pace away from the enemy to get a hit. They have to be very, very close to actually get a hit on the enemy. So we want to move them up, of course, and make sure that they're prepared to take on the Gauls. We also want to make sure we have a few Roman legionaries here that might still be able to move, but I think we moved the whole group. Yes, we did. So we're just going to hope for the best, guys.
All right, let's turn it over to these damn Gauls. I want to crush them already, but it's going to take a while, and it looks like they're moving up little by little, just trying to get closer to our men and cause some chaos. Now, I think for sure in this fight, we're going to have to probably move those legionaries up. We're going to have to do some quick shots with our missile units, and then, of course, move up with our actual legions to stop the Gallic attack. I think it's going to be a very ferocious attack once it hits, and we have to be ready for it. As you can see, the Gauls are actually already charging our light javelin horse. And the good thing about these light units is they're able to fall back pretty easily. So even though the enemy's doing some damage, we were able to fall back, but now we're actually disrupted. Now the same holds true for the enemy, so I'm probably going to take the bait and attack this guy, but the chances are he's going to run as soon as I do. So actually, I'm not going to take the bait. I'm going to go ahead and run away. Probably could have fired before running, but that's all right. We'll remember that for next time. And as you can see, now I'm moving guys individually. I want to have sort of a checkerboard pattern with my legions. Each person, they're going to use their legions differently. For me, the checkerboard pattern is the best way to approach. Another thing to consider is the legions are carrying the pilum. And the pilum, of course, is this basically wooden spear, and the end is made of some sort, I believe, tin. And once you throw this at the enemy, it'll actually stick into their shield and mess their shield up. Now, apparently, I used to think that it could actually puncture the shield and bend it. This is apparently a historical misconception, and it's thanks to guys like you watching, that like the Agrippa Maxentius channel that I learned this stuff. Because even the History channel said, oh yeah, absolutely, the pilum would go into a shield and destroy it and bend. It wouldn't bend, but it could certainly destroy a shield or kill a man, obviously, by impaling him. Now, as you can see with our archers, we can begin firing, and I think it's in our best interest to start firing at these warbands immediately. So we're going to go ahead, 34. That's an excellent hit. We're going to fire with our slingers as well. Now, I could fire on the same enemy unit, but actually the slingers need to be a little closer. So we're going to move them up just a bit and throw it right here at the warband. Now, this is a close order warband. What that essentially means is that they're very, very close together in a large group. They're not a phalanx, but almost a phalanx. I'm going to move back. There's no way I'm going to get my javelin men close. My javelin men could certainly injure the enemy here pretty badly, but they're going to be absolutely swamped by the enemy in the next second. So I'm just going to turn them and prepare them for battle. With the slingers, we could probably go ahead and fire a little bit, and the archers can fire even farther than the slingers can. Look at that, 40 enemy dead. We're going to go ahead and fire with the archers.
Good shooting, boys. I know you can do better, but you'll fight again another day. And as for our cavalry, these guys are staying put. The only exception might be the cavalry here on our left flank. We just want to get them ready in case the light javelin men get close, and we probably want to get our light javelin over here to possibly attack the enemy. We also still have some archers. I'm going to go ahead and fire. And you can see 34, guys. 34. We're going to continue the fight. Let's go ahead and grab this unit, grab this unit. Everybody's moved. We're turning it over to the Gauls. I never like having to do that, but it's going to happen sometime. And actually, some of these guys are already charging. As you can see, sure enough, our light units are evading. This is exactly what we want. We want to try and pull the Gauls in, and at that point, stick them. Just stick them, kill them all. If we can pull these guys into a fight, guys, into a protracted fight, then we could possibly break them. And if one unit breaks, the units next to it or the units surrounding it, they all have to take that dreaded morale check. And if you lose the morale check, you're getting out of there. You're going to have to run. Here we go. All right, enemy javelin men getting a bit close there. And actually, some of them are charging our light cavalry units. So these Gauls are clearly afraid of nothing. The Gauls have always known to be brave, but does brave equate to intelligent? I'm not so sure. It's now our turn, guys, and it's time to turn the legions into the killing force they were meant to be. And one thing that's very important in this game is the chance of win or loss. If you guys take a look at our impact, that of course explains our charge capability. 26% chance of a win, 69% chance of a draw, 5% chance of a loss. I would say those are really good odds. So before doing that, though, I'm actually going to turn with my slingers, throw one last volley at those guys, 58 at close range, and here we go with our legions. Throw the pilum! Glorious! And there we go, guys. So we're already engaged in combat with one of these guys. Now, we could skip this guy and attack this guy, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. And you guys are going to understand why I have this checkerboard pattern. It's so that I can attack from multiple angles and not be hurt in the least. Now, we do have Julius Caesar right here. I'd love to bring him forward to fight, but I think you guys are probably thinking what I'm thinking, and that's I don't want to waste Julius Caesar on my front lines. And there, look at that, guys. We actually managed to disrupt one of the enemy units. 164 enemies falling. And we're going to keep this up, even if it means having to get right up close and personal with the enemy. Forcing them to actually attack us is certainly a possibility. I'm going to attack this unit because I want to try to save this unit. So it seems a little bit like an oxymoron, a little difficult to comprehend, but believe me, it's going to work. Well, I certainly hope it does. So as you can see, we're filling in those formations, and this is quite similar to how the Romans would do things. You attack with one formation, the other formation takes its place, and one could even say that those Roman tactics continued far into the future in history. It was certainly something that the Romans were known for, but many other empires started doing the same. Now you can see here that our chances of win are actually quite small. So I'm going to actually turn and shoot at this enemy, try and weaken them just a bit, and actually we might be able, I don't know about that. We could actually move up here and attack, but then the enemy's going to attack us next turn. Going for that charge is pretty risky, but I'm going for it, guys. We've committed. We must go forward. But as you can see, we've already been disrupted. So I'm going to actually move these legionaries in front of the enemy to protect our unit. Right now, he's not in a good spot. We've also got to consider maybe using some of these cavalry to start pushing the enemy back. Now, I'm just like you, and I'm sure you're the same. I don't like committing my cavalry when I know that we're going to get hit by theirs. But I think in some cases, we might have to at least send one of these guys out to make sure that the enemy doesn't feel so comfortable here on our flank. We'll see what happens, though. And remember, guys, I'm just as much of a noob at this game as you guys are, so anything could happen. Of course, now we are in combat. I'm going to move forward. We'll take this unit, and this is, of course, Julius Caesar, and we're going to move him over here. Now, I know if an enemy's general falls, he loses a morale check. I'm not sure what happens if he's just behind the men, but I'm almost certain that we're going to gain a morale boost. We can also transfer Julius Caesar to one of these legions if we want. In this case, we don't want to do that just yet. But maybe later, who knows? Let's get a little closer to the enemy here. Do the same with these legions. Same with this legion. And I'm going to run back with my archers. I don't want them getting hurt. Yes, I know using the archers would certainly help, but, you know, we're just in a position where I think this is better. We've got a decent line here, guys. Nothing looks out of place if we can hold this line, we might be able to win this battle of Bibracte. So let's go ahead and end the turn. And it is, of course, combat phase, guys. So it does look like we charged, or the enemy charged us here. As you can see, they're using similar tactics, but our men are slowly but surely holding that line against the Gallic attack. And it looks like we're killing more Gauls than they are of us in each one of these little fights. Big fights, actually. You can see that each time we have to fight here, a number of men are falling on both sides. We managed to do 179 damage to that unit, but sadly, our unit right there was pushed back, taking 133 casualties. And remember, those casualties could be wounded, dead, or anything in between. We really don't know until we find out at the end of the game. So this is what I was worried about, and we were the first to break. The Gauls drew first blood because I was silly, and I sent that unit to chase the enemy. I took the bait. I shouldn't have done that. So this is just kind of a learning experience for you guys. You can kind of see what to do and what not to do. So now for us to succeed in this battle, we must win the center. And I'm hoping with the help of Julius Caesar here, we can win that center, destroy the enemy in the center, and the enemy cavalry won't even be an issue. Sometimes, you know, I tell young strategy gamers, if you can't win with your cavalry, focus only on your infantry. A lot of the times that happens to work quite well. As you can see here, we're pushing back the enemy big time in this combat phase. Once again, pushing them back. And each time we do this, we're potentially disrupting or breaking the enemy. And if we can break this line and mess it up and, you know, just create a really nasty looking, ugly line, it's going to be really good for us. And there we go, guys. Already back to our turn. I'm going to attack this unit here. Throw! 40 down. We could have done a lot better than that, but you know what? You got to take what you can get, and I think we can attack this unit with a flanking charge. 100% chance of a win in this battle, and the impact is going to be incredible. 176. The enemy held firm. Like I said before, guys, these Gauls, they're pretty tough. 91% chance of a win in a melee fight, and we're going to go for it. Damn it. Now, one thing you've got to realize is that another thing that's quite different from Field of Glory 2 to Sengoku Jidai or Pike and Shot is the ability to attack during your turn. Usually you have to wait till the end of the turn for the action resolution to play out. Not in this game. You can go ahead and try to make your action happen before the end of your turn as long as you've been engaged in combat one turn. As you can also see, there are bodies on the ground, which I think is a great addition to a game like this, being able to actually see the enemy dead on the ground before you, the lamentations of their women. Well, wait, that's Conan. But seriously, it's a really cool thing. And as you can see there, this unit has taken so much damage. They've easily lost 400, 500 men, but they're still in the fight. However, if you take a look at their, in the lower right corner, or the center right corner, really, you can actually see the fragmentation, and you can see the type of unit, what they have, how many action points they have, their strength, their capabilities, etc. And of course, each unit is different. Thank you so much for watching this first look, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to see the end of the Battle of Bibracte, let me know in those comments down below. Hit me with those likes and those subs. We need as many subscriptions to this channel as possible. We really want to grow this channel massively in the next few months, and I hope you guys can help me do that. Thank you, guys. Take care, and have a glorious, glorious day. Ave Caesar.